Well, hey there gamers, it's Professor Meg here, and welcome back to the Board Game Code channel. Today, yet again, I am continuing with what might be my favorite job on the entire Board Game Code channel, and that is the deluxifications series. So that means I get to show off a whole bunch of deluxe things, from deluxe games to bits and goodies, and today's video is going to be extremely game and component heavy. So we're going to be going over the games that you see in front of us. There are no surprises except for how nice all of these bits are going to be. So with that, I'm going to jump into it. But that being said, as a reminder, this video is sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. With that, we have our coffee here ready. It is already about half drinking because it's quite delicious and I cannot stop myself. But thank you to Top Shelf Gamer for sponsoring this video, and we raise our coffee to you. That being said, there is a discount code down in the description below, so you can use that to use a discount for yourself over on their website. And there are going to be some bits in today's video that are by Top Shelf Gamer, so there's that as well. Alright, and the first thing I'm going to start off with is the one thing that is not hidden, which are these kitty clacks. So this is a beautiful dice set, which I am going to open up, but it has little kitty sides on it. This is the Loki set, so that's why it is a beautiful green, but you can see that there's little kitties that you're able to use. Now this is a full RPG set, so it's your, I don't know, D4 to D20, I believe there's 7 of them. Let's see, you have D4, D6, D4, D6, D8, D10, percentile, D12, D20. But this is by Black Oak Workshop. No affiliation, but they have a whole bunch of dice, so you're able to, I believe they'll be linked down below. Let's put that work on Alex. But you can check out their website to be able to see all of their different dice that they have, because obviously this is just one set. But that being said, let's look at them a little bit closer. Ooh, yeah, you can see that they're very marbleized. And here, let's see, will this work? Here's our kitty cat side. There we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. So you do have the kitty cat. Let's see, is it on every side? Ooh, it is. It is. And something that I honestly really enjoy, what made me go ooh, is the D4. It's on almost all of the sides because it's on the 4 that's facing up, so you can see it all the way around, which I really like. It's on all of the sides of it. It's very, very cute. So, this is the Loki Kitty Clacks dice set that you can use for your RPGs, or you can just collect them. That's what a lot of people do with dice. Or, I don't know, use them to add to other games as well. But yeah, highly suggest checking out the other ones that they have as well, especially if green isn't your color. They're dice! Everyone needs more dice in their life. Okay, so now moving on, we have just a whole bunch of games in front of us, and some of these are going to blow your mind. So, the first thing that we are going to start off with is a set that's actually from Top Shelf Gamer. So this is New Bedford. For those of you that don't know, I'm from Massachusetts, and Massachusetts has New Bedford in it. It was, I believe, like one of the largest ports, one of the largest whaling ports in, I don't know, all of the United States, maybe. I might be making up facts right now, but it was super important for whaling, I believe there in Salem, Massachusetts. So this is all about whaling and placing different tiles and, you know, that kind of stuff with how New Bedford was used back in the, I don't know, maybe 1800s. So with that, here is the game. Now this is an older game. I knew of it because it's, partly produced by Greater Than Games, whom I absolutely love for Spirit Island and Sentinels of the Multiverse, and knowing the theme, I got this for my sister because she still lives down in New Bedford. So these are the upgrades. Normally you would have these little wooden pieces for the wood, which are honestly not that exciting, and these, I couldn't tell you what this material is. I feel like it's the type of material, hear me out, but when you were a kid, if you had any type of like play food from the 90s, do you know like the harder kind of play food that you could get? That's what I think this is made out of, but who knows what that is. But they're all a bunch of like little wooden logs. There are other things in here I'm going to show you, but I think these woods are like just the most fun, and I like whatever material this is made out of. Clay? I don't know. Something like that. So we do have those. And then we also have in here upgraded bricks. because you do use bricks in the game as well, and the ones that you get in the game are just wooden ones. They are shaped basically like this, which is pretty cool for the game, but they are red wooden pieces just with the different holes drilled into them. And these, I would say they're not too heavy. They're not too hefty. They're pretty light, but they do have like a nice little click-clack to them. So yeah, they're definitely not as heavy as like maybe a metal component or what you might think of something like this, like it might feel more metally. They definitely feel more like a clay type, something like that, but they're definitely very satisfying and clicky-clacky. So those are the bricks. Whoop. And because I upgraded this for my sister as well, these are generic coins, but they are coins from Top Shelf Gamer. I believe they're the ones intended for 7 Wonders and things like that. But I do have some metal coins in here as well, because I want to be a good sister when I give this back to her. She has no idea. She has no idea, A, that I did this, B, that I threw out her old components, and C, that this video is even being made. So I'll let you guys know, I guess, in the future if she's happy that I did that. I didn't actually throw out the components because, secret for you guys, I have a bucket of components and I keep them all and then I do art projects with it later. So I do actually keep them. If you ever have really unique components that you're getting rid of for something because you're upgrading, I will take them. This is a tangent now, but I will take them. I especially like cubes. Cubes of all kinds of colors. You'll see there are some cubes I really like in this box. If you come across cubes, I would love them. And gems. So this has been New Bedford, and this is a package that comes from Top Shelf Gamer, so you get like a couple things in it, and yeah, but the coins were separate and you can get those as well. So this is New Bedford. It is now going back to Stephanie, and to continue with our different places that we are going to, let's now go over to Bantam West. So this is a game that I actually got to play as well back when they were kickstarting. This was kickstarted, I want to say maybe 2 years ago, and this is now delivering. And fun fact for you for this one, there is, I believe, a code or a link down below. I'm sorry, I'm not sure which, but there's something down below that will get you money off should you choose to purchase Bantam West. I believe it's $20, but there is something below that will help you with that. Again, a code or a link, something like that, but thanks to Alex for hooking you guys up with that. So now we are going to jump into Bantam West. Alright, now with our package we also had this fun little letter addressed to Board Game Co. So we are going to open this just because I think it was really cool that they sent it over to us, and there was a wax seal. And knowing I was going to do this video, I was like, I just need to open this in front of everyone. So let's see, because I think, whoop, okay. Hey guys, there is a cut here. Sorry for the cut in the video. I try to do these without doing any cuts, but there are 2 things here, and one is definitely able to be read to everybody, but one is kind of personal and maybe not meant to be read so much. So I am going to not read that one, but I am going to show off the other one that's in here because I thought it was really cool, and it actually tells you guys a little secret in the game. So I'm going to put this other letter off to the side, and now I will show you the postcard that Alex received. So there's this postcard here, and it also has another wax stamp on top of it, and it says, "Welcome to the Deathloom Wilderness. Wish you were here." There's a very cute bear on it. And it was a postcard that was sent to Alex Radcliffe himself of Radcliffe Coffee Co., Hemlock City, Midland. And it says, "Hey Ranger, they're still looking for me in the Hemlock, but I'm not going back there until I made things right. I found a town just outside the reach of the law, and for now I can breathe easy for a bit. Continue movement, Levi the Ramada Mercer. P.S. I drink your coffee at least once a month." So this is a little postcard that Alex got from one of the characters in the game, and that's because, here's a fun little Easter egg for you guys, there's actually Radcliffe Coffee Co. tokens in the game. So coffee is something that you use for as a mechanic in the game. You can use it for different things, maybe just one thing. It is a token that you use, and the one in it is Radcliffe Coffee Co. named after Alex. So this is a very fun little Easter egg, and I'm glad that they sent it and we were able to show it to you guys, because I don't think Alex would ever tell you guys that, but I don't mind, and I'll tell you that all the time. So now let's take a look at Bantam West. So this is going to have a bunch of add-ons and little upgrades in here on top of the base game, and it's already been unpacked a little bit. So we have some material here. Let's see, it says do not open. I'm going to open the plastic at least to show you guys the quality of the different things, but it does seem like this is a secret envelope that we are not meant to open. You can see it says straight up do not open. I think I might get in trouble if I do, but it's this really cool envelope. There's like, I don't know, there's stuff in here. It's gotta be secrets. Dead Settlers Map, property of Jim Skeleton. Okay, well, we will eventually get to open this, I assume. And now we have our Advanced Technical Manual, our Standard Field Manual, which I assume are your basic rules. And there's also this fun Hemlock Chronicle. So here's a bunch of little news stories. Here's a little Rourke Grocery, hot chow back in stock. So here are a bunch of things that are for purchase. I don't see anything about Radcliffe Coffee Company in here, but there's also a sneaky little QR code in here, which I really like. They have it kind of inside of this symbol with a snake, so that's a very clever way to do something like that. And the other side of this says, our team here at Bantam is passionate about exploration, adventure, and stepping into the wild unknown. We spent all of our grit trying to capture the spirit of what we love and fit it into this box. Your journey starts as a newcomer to the small frontier town of Gallows Springs. You are one of 4 deadly strangers who have come to begin life anew. The townsfolk are watching and waiting to see what you'll do next. Embrace the spirit of discovery during your travels in these uncharted lands. Okay, and oh my goodness, so right off the bat we have a pin here. This must be for the sheriff. This is my sheriff's pin. It says Dethlem Marshall. Ooh, a marshal. Let me know in the comments below, who is more important, a marshal or a sheriff? I would assume a marshal. It just sounds more important, but I have no clue. So this is a little pin, and it's quite hefty. I do like the material of this. It's quite heavy. I'm trying to cover anything that this might want to focus on. There we go. So it's pretty cool. Alright, and then going into this, so there are the 4 different characters that you're able to play as, and I can tell right away that you can see the different characters here. So they each have their own little box inside of these trays. I believe even these trays are part of the upgrade. But going in here, you can see you have your character miniatures. So if that's our character, and we have his miniature here with him as well. Let's see, I can tell it wants to focus right on the book. Oh. There we go. Here's Jericho. Very, very fun. So we have their miniature here. Let's see, I want to make sure I put him back in the way he belongs. Oops, should I put him this way? No, he must have been this way. There we go. Okay. And there's a bunch of tokens for him and things like that. Oh, and here is the thing that I will show you. So there is the Green Gal tobacco. So you can either have a little, you can either have a tobacco token in the game, which is this, or on the other side, guys, this is where you can have the Radcliffe coffee. Very teeny tiny. It's like a tiny, tiny token, but it's there. And now you guys know it's there forever. Now, from what I remember of this game, it is quite a huge game with a lot of table presence. So to see even all these little character things with their own storage that makes it so nice and neat and compact, I really, really appreciate that, because I find that if you have a game that needs a lot of table presence, it needs to be big, you need to have a lot of maps. Having a storage tray solution to make a lot of the little bits and things you need to handle a lot more accessible is just so much more, but I was going to say so much more better for the game, which is not good words, but it just makes the game so much better, which is good words. Alright, so this is kind of what I was talking about. You can see the tiles down here. Here are more of the characters. I'll show you guys their miniatures toward the end, but here are the tiles, which I believe you play with 4 of them out, if not 6. So you can see, I believe, ooh, something just fell off the table, but I believe these are even resized a bit from the version that I played, that they are a bit smaller, and this does seem a bit more accessible as it is, but you can kind of see this is how big we're talking. But honestly, this, I do believe these are a little bit resized and cleaned up, and they look fantastic. I really enjoyed my time with this game, and I would like to play it a bit more. You can see here as well, we have our double-sided trays, our dual layer trays. You guys, hold on, let's have another sip of coffee. My words are getting all mixed up. It's so good. So we have our dual layer trays here, which will be your character board, and you have all of your different abilities and your tokens that drop in here. But, oh, I'm getting excited because I see bits. So here are also some of those miniatures. They are different things that you'll be creating. There are like sheds and houses that you'll be using for different things throughout the game. Sorry guys, I had to stop again just to get this to, I have a hard time with it focusing on the foreground, but here are the sheds, and they are really, really cool. I wanted you to be able to see a lot of the detail on them. But yeah, you have these different buildings that you are placing throughout the game for your different characters, and it's just very, very cool. Okay, so there are quite a few buildings here. Okay. This is also fun. This one's like a little circular type hut, so that's very cute. But I'm trying to get underneath all of these because I see deluxe bits, and deluxe bits are my favorite, and this is the deluxe video. So let's take a look at how nice these little bits are. So here's our tray of it. Underneath here we have our first player token, and we have more of your character trays. The cards are in here, and there is a bag of more coins because I believe there are some coins in here. So yeah, this is our little extra bits that didn't fit in the tray, and your cardboard tokens that you have for different things on the maps. But here are our deluxe bits that we will open up, and I love that they all fit in their little tray. Oh, so beautiful. So we have here, there is the different, it looks like a flower, but I'm not sure exactly what it's called in Bantam, whether it's, but it is absolutely beautiful. I'm really, these, hold on, I'm going to get these very close to the camera because they are wooden pieces, but they're painted, and I love when wooden pieces have just that extra bit going on. So see how they're flowers, and you can see those pieces of wood. They have like the little wooden swirls inside of it where you can tell that it was cut. And then there's the different skins that you have when you get the animals. You get the animals. You're able to, I don't know, hunt the animals and skin them. But you can see that they have like this little bits painted inside of them. So it's just very, very cute. And then you have some metal coins down here, and then your tokens. Woo! And then it was kind of hard to tell the coloring, but there are these gems inside as well that are blue. I had to stand up to do that, but oh, I love when wooden tokens are painted. I think that it just makes them so much more special. And the one step I would say is below that but still appreciated is when you have stickers for the wooden tokens. Obviously you have to put them on usually, and that is what it is. But especially even for like the games like Everdell, I love it. But when it is painted like this is when I prefer it the most. I would say the last time I liked wooden bits this much was for Beast. Beast does them really well as well, but those are the ones for Bantam. Now let me check inside of this tray and see. No, this one is a lot of, so there was this in here with this tray, and these are cards and tokens that you have, but there is a figure here. I don't completely remember exactly who he is, but there is this one figure hanging out in here. Alright, so this is a bunch of upgraded bits for Bantam. I assume that I'll be playing this shortly because I would love to revisit this world. As I said before, I did really enjoy it when I played with it, so it is something that I would definitely like to try again. But for now, we're going to see if it will all fit inside of its little box, because I do love these game trays, but I have to remember how things were, you guys. Uh-oh. We might be in trouble. We might have hit a trouble point. I believe maybe these go here. I have these, and I feel bad because I don't remember where these go. I think I may have to go back and watch the playback to see where to put these because I'm not entirely sure where they should go. Oops, I have another character mat here, so this is gonna go in here. You guys, this wasn't a good idea. This one I'm also not positive how to put away, so, because I already put it away the first time and I don't feel like it's the way it should be. So, you guys can see that failure on screen. Yeah, how did this go? How did this go? I think were all these buildings just loose down here? I feel like they were. I feel like these buildings were just chilling down here loose, and then this was in the center, and then you had 2 characters here and 2 characters here. I feel like this is everything, kind of. Okay, we'll put this thing down in here. Okay, there's this thing, these things, and this thing that we weren't supposed to open. We'll put the letter back in. We'll put all of it in here, and I guess that's how it went. The only thing that doesn't fit is this, which I feel like this wasn't super planned for, and that's okay. I feel like putting the, oh, it actually fit pretty good right on the side right there. Okay, this was Bantam West. I feel like that got panicked at the end because I was like, how do I do this? But it actually worked, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Now, moving on, before we go to Fractured Sky, because I do think it's pretty snazzy, we are going to move on to a favorite of the deluxification series. First, we're going to go over Arnak, which is a favorite on the Board Game Co channel regardless, but these are more metal bits from Tinkertown Games, and they can do no wrong. I have not seen one thing that I don't like that they have done, and this may be the best thing that they've done. So here we have Lost Ruins of Arnak, and this is a copy that does have a folded space insert inside, which is very nice. So here you have, you know, your regular old Arnak with your board, all that stuff. Here's your insert. But if you see this shiny, shiny, shiny over here, there's something shiny and new going on, and this is from Tinkertown Games. So these are their metal coins, which are to replace the coins in Arnak, and they are just so beautiful. They are double-sided with the design that's on them, so that means like you can kind of see that no matter how they fall, you can see the design that's on the coins. But again, they are that hefty, super, super satisfying type of metal. I, again, just love everything that they do. Now, these coins did surprise me, but that they are actually a little bit thick. They're a bit thicker than maybe a coin you would usually use in a certain game, but to me, I didn't mind that, and I kind of love how chunky they are. Now, as soon as I took these out of the box, you might have immediately seen something equally as shiny below it. And I think they're honestly better because my favorite color is green, and these are going to be green. So these are the different compasses that are in the game that you use, and these are not double-sided, but I believe that's because they're intended to be like an actual compass, similar to if you had like a stopwatch or something like that. And I think I actually prefer it like this for the compasses because it does make it feel like an actual compass in front of you on the table. So you can see there's like the flat gold side that would be the bottom, and then the sides that have the north, south, east, and west. And yet again, oops, we just lost one. They are just a very, very satisfying weight, a nice heft to them. They're just so beautiful. I want to say that the green filled in is like a resin or something, so it's a little bit see-through. You can definitely tell that it's gold and metal underneath, and I absolutely love these. So these are the 2 metal bits that have been added for their Lost Ruins of Arnak things, but if you haven't seen in previous videos, there are also, there's ones for Wingspan and Wormspan and Earth, and I can't think of others, but yeah, as I said, I just love everything that they do. And they made Arnak better. Arnak is a game that I absolutely love, and I think that for me personally, it's even climbing this year that I think about it more and more, and I think I will start playing it even more. I've been going through the co-op version of it, and I'm excited to get that to the table more, so to take a game like this and make it even better with these beautiful, immaculate metal bits. Ooh, it's so nice. It's so nice to have. So this has been Lost Ruins of Arnak, and now we are moving on to the final thing, which is Fractured Sky. Now, Fractured Sky is a game I got to play last summer, and this is a blind bluffing. Is that true? Blind bidding, bluffing, bidding game, where you are placing different things and just trying to win control in the different areas, but you don't know what anyone's putting. You have a little bit of information if you know they're putting a 1 or a 10, but that's basically it. Now, I got to play this game when it was in its proto itty-bitty type phase, and now I'm looking at this beautiful, beautiful version, and before I even open this game, It's so beautiful, but you can see the cover of it kind of has like a holographicness. You can really see it in the words Fractured Sky, but I'm trying to catch it on, there's a little bit of gold down in like the tentacles and some of the things that are flying around. It's just so pretty. So now let's open it up. Now this is by Ivy Studio, and I believe that there are a few versions of this game. So this is the fully upgraded, as nice as it can get version, but I believe there are a few versions of it where you can get the most basic version or you can get one somewhere in between. But after seeing this, I don't know why you would bother with anything else. So these are little things that you use to cover the player things. The player things. You guys, hold on. Hold on. I'm losing my words. It's time for more coffee. That's how you know it's coffee time. It's so good. So these are little screens that you'll be using on your player trays, and you'll be using it to hide which number of those that you're using to be bidding on the different areas where you're placing your airships. There either is or is going to be a playthrough of Fractured Sky on the Board Game Code channel. So you'll be able to check that out as well to see all of these bits in action and see exactly how it would be set up, especially all of your player boards. But I'll leave these out so I can kind of show you what it would look like because I don't mind. But moving on, you have this tray here, which you use throughout the game. For something like this, I suggest checking out the gameplay because this isn't too crazy for something deluxified, and it's more important for how it plays versus how it looks, versus things like this, which are all about how they look, because throughout the game, you'll be placing different things. You have fortresses and markets. Below this, we'll have our skimmers, and you also have your ships, and these are fully painted. So, hold on, let's reveal you, and then get closer to you. Ooh, how cool. How cool, you guys. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't think of the last game I played that had painted bits like this that were this nice. I really can't. It's so cool to me. And even just for like your little extra bits. These are the things that you build that aren't even important. And they look this nice. So that was a fortress that I showed you. That's what all of these shaped ones are that are like little towers. But there are also these markets here. So let's grab a market to show you a bit up close. Alright, and here's a market. Again, sorry for the cut. It's kind of hard with bits this small. You can see how small my fingers are with it. To show it to you on the camera and have it be able to focus. But for these markets to have like 3 different colors in it, it looks like, pre-painted for these little itty bitty bits, it just absolutely blows my mind. So here's your markers and markets and your fortresses, but to show you your ships, here are the different player ships that you'll be using. Again, let's reveal you. And here they are. Just absolutely beautiful. Hold your breath. Oh, it's so cool. Now, obviously, I love playing brute type characters, so here's some that I loved. But you can see, like, their ships are almost like whoa! Sorry. Their ships are almost like bumper cars. Like, it's just so crazy cool, the amount of detail that is put into these. Alright, so obviously I'm showing you the ships that are my favorite, but here is another ship as well, because I think these ones are also very, very beautiful. And I just can't believe, again, the way that these are painted. Like, did a machine do this? Who did this? How did this happen? How does this come to be? Because it seems like it can't be real. Right? Alright, so these are the ships, and again, here's your beautiful storage tray to see how it's done. And then these are the skimmers. So skimmers are similar to your markets and your towers, where they are different pieces that you'll be placing to add +1 to where your other ships are placed. but they don't do anything on their own. So you can see they're a bit smaller than the other ships, and they all look the same. So everyone's is this similar style shape with the bit of cloud underneath them and the ship, whereas your personal ships that you're placing with your numbers on them are really, really well done. And then so all of these are magnetic. These are the numbers that you're going to be using, placing into your different player trays, and with these you are going to be able to grab them magnetically. So for example, if I had this chip down inside of my player tray here, you would have it sitting in here. This color doesn't go with this tray, but this is just an example. But if I had it sitting there, if that's the one that I wanted to use, I would be able to take my ship from my player tray, pick it up, and then magnetically grab it to then place it onto the board, which is hidden. Then during the reveal phase, if we were revealing, I would show and you would be able to see that this is my 10. Again, other things will augment them, but that's the little bits and how the little magnets work. It's very, very satisfying when you're playing. Alright, I'm gonna sit back down again because I believe that's all of the close-ups that we want to see of this, and after that I will just show you how the player tray is set up, and that's that. But I highly suggest watching our playthrough. Oh wait, that's not that. There's more things in here. There is more things in here. But I do suggest checking out our playthrough to see how all of these bits interact, because it is a lot better to see them set up like that. So here is your different player trays, and as I was saying, you would have your different numbered chips inside of here. Then you'll have a screen, which I'll show you in a second. But after that, you have your ships. You'll have different cubes here, which you'll place to track your different resources. And then you would have all of the different things that you have available to build for you, which are the little things that I showed you, and they would sit inside of here. So if this was your player tray, it would be here like this. And then this one, I believe, goes with these guys. So you would grab your little screen and then put it here and fold these parts under so that your screen would be covering all of your numbers, and that way people can't tell what ones are missing, because if you have 3 out on the board, even if they glance at yours and notice that your 9 isn't there, then they would think that your 9 is placed somewhere. So these are your cute little screens that you have going on, and there's one for each of the different factions. And just to go through, because I think this is the only time that it's represented, but here's the art for each of the factions. So we have the Cenote, the Calvari, the Ashbane, who are my favorites, the Morimeno, and the Paradin. So those are the different factions that you were able to play as, and as I said that there is more down here underneath your trays. This is where you have your different cubes for each player, and you have the different Starfall shards. These are what you were playing for different points at the end of the game, or not at the end of the game, at the end of each round, but you need to have the most at the end of the game to win the game. But something that's very, very fun is that there are cards in this game. Now there are some that are down in here that are holographic. So you can see that there are holographic versions of all of the cards. I believe there are so many cards here because there's also the non-holographic versions in here, but you can see that these are holographic. This is holographic. This is foil. Whatever you want to call it. Let me know what you guys refer to that as. But there's something else in here that you'll see during the playthrough. I will not take credit for remembering this word. I did have to look it up. But these cards are something so cool that I have not seen. I don't know if I've ever seen this before in a board game, and I am here for it. We have lenticular cards. And honestly, this on camera I think is going to show up even better. But there are lenticular cards that will move based on the location. Ah, it's so cool, you guys. They move. They straight up move. So there are 2 different types of cards that are used in the game. There are the blue back ones that are information that you're going to be learning every round. And then there are the red backed ones, which are the static ones where you're going to be able to get a Starfall each round. So there are lenticular cards for each of these. And oh, you guys, like I know I just keep saying, that there are lenticular cards and they're so cool. That one's upside down. But it is just, when you're playing with this in front of you and you're the one that gets to draw these, it is so much more special when you're getting one of these from someone and denying them getting to look at these blue cards. Oh, they are so cool. Let's see. Let's see. Here's the woeful wetlands. You guys, it's moving. I'm never going to get over it. Please put this in more games. Everyone. Everyone, please put this in games. I want this in more things. So that is the last surprise bit in Fractured Sky. I believe that's everything, where I showed you the painted things, the stuff, the fun, and now we're going to see how it all fits back in. You guys can let me know if you think this is right or not, but there's these little areas. The thing I'm not sure about is these cubes just kind of getting placed around here, because this is a square area where it looks like these are supposed to go here, but I feel like these aren't just supposed to go up there. Are they? I'm not sure. But from there, I believe from there, these go here. Let's see. Let's see if I think this is right. I believe from there, those go in here. This cover can go back onto this. Let's see. And then I believe, do the boards go in next right here? And then we have this tray, which I think I want to do this way. And then we have this tray. And then we have this and the fun little screens. And then you have your rules, directions, and I think that's it. I believe that's how this is supposed to go back together. This has been the Deluxe Fractured Sky. I have to say, I enjoyed this game. If this is a game that's one for you, having this deluxe version is probably the way to go. There are a few games where I'm like, you need to get the big deluxe version. Mosaic is one of them. That's one that I prefer, nice and big in 3D. So this was very, very cool. Thank you all for watching the Deluxifications series. Let me know in the comments below what kind of things you would like to see covered in videos like this. I know I've done things like bags and stuff like that, to extra bits and dice, to board games and inserts. So let me know what you enjoy the most and if there's any particular things that you would like for me to check out. As a reminder, this video is sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. You can have the link down below to get some percentages off of the things that they have over there. And if there's anything over there that you'd like for me to talk about, definitely let me know, because I would love to show that off on the channel. Thank you all for watching. I'm Professor Meg, and I will see you all next time. Bye!